Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let's play darts! Actually, we're not going to play darts, but we're going to talk to a darts legend. Yes, today in Cojones Icons, the series, this is a man with enormous cojones and has used it in the name of being a winner. And he is darts legend, Mr. Eric Bristow MBE. It's MBE, isn't it?
That's right, yeah, 10 years ago.
Eric, thank you very much for coming on this series. There's no question that you are a winner. You've proven it. You know, you are still, in most people's eyes, Mr. Darts, regardless of the fact that you've had Phil Taylor and Van Gogh in recent years. But what I wanted to ask you is, what do you think it was that made you a winner? What was it specifically that made you different to the rest?
Second was no good. I mean, second, as my dad always says, nobody remembers a runner-up. They watch a good final, but then 5 years later they forget who the runner-up was, because it's only a winner, isn't it? When I was a young lad and all other sports, it was like on TV, as long as they put up a good show and all that, you know what I mean? It was the English way, wasn't it?
Exactly.
As long as we put up a good, that's no good. It's like, I'm more like a Yank. The Yank wants to win, so I was like that. I was a different breed. Yeah, second was no good. And,
but what did you have that the others perhaps didn't? What was it that gave you that edge?
It's just something inside you, isn't it? I mean, you just want to win. As I say, second's no good. You know what I mean? What's the point of playing in these tournaments I used to play in, like the North American Open? There was 2,200 players there, and you get to the final and lose. I mean, you might as well win out first round. So it's I don't know. You can't.
Where did it come from, that self-belief? Where you're saying you've either got it or you haven't.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? It must have come from somewhere.
Well, it's inside you, isn't it? It's like.
Did you not learn it?
No, you can't learn that off anyone. You know what I mean? I mean, Taylor most likely learned a bit of it off of me anyway, because like when I sponsored him and he rang me up and he says, I've come second. I said, look, just ring me up when you win. And I put the phone down. So that was like trying to breed into him.
You didn't say goodbye?
No, I just put the phone down.
Just put the phone down.
That's
nice,
the way I do it. But then in the end, he became a winner, didn't he? You got to, second's no good. The English way was many years ago. Like, as long as we put up a good show, old chap. You know what I mean? That's just not the way, is it?
But there must have been some. I mean, tell me what kind of.
Don't like losing, and there's that in it as well. You don't. It's not a nice feeling to lose. So.
Well,
I don't want to get used to that.
But let me ask you this question: there must have been throughout that confidence some negative self-talk. Throughout, there must have been some things in your mind, some self-doubts and stuff. Did you have those? You must have done, right?
You only doubt how you're going to play on that night. I never doubted my ability. I always believed I was the best.
Why did you doubt how you play on that night?
Because with any sport, any game and that, it's the next game. Doesn't matter about the last game. A lot of people live on their last game or their last year or whatever else. That's not sport. Sport is about your next game. If you win the semi-final, it's no good playing brilliant in the semi-final if you're not going to play well in the final. So them at 25 minutes before you get on the stage before the final, it's not self-doubt. It's just you're wondering how you're going to play that night.
And if you had, as you profess, and most people would say, and I'm sure I wouldn't doubt that, why would you doubt how you're going to play on the night? Surely you just turn out every night and say, I'm gonna be the boss every night.
Yeah, well, you hope you're going to be the boss every night. You believe you are going to be the boss. I knew I was a better player than whoever I played, but I still got to bring my top game there and prepare right, eat right, and drink right, and get everything right. I mean, it's not all.
So it's the marginals. It's preparing right.
You've got to do lots of
right.
things. It's not all about. I mean, it's just not about just going up there and throwing darts. You've got to get your body right, and you have to get your head right. It's not. Throwing dart is part of it. You've got to get your head right. You've got to eat right, get your stomach right.
You see, I've talked to sports psychologists, I've studied a lot of psychological methods myself, and they often say that if you start to think and you start looking at your thoughts and sort of trying to assess your thoughts, that's when things go wrong. You look at a tennis player, a top champion as well. I'm a big tennis fan, I'm a big darts fan, but the moment you start thinking about your shots rather than just letting it go on default, that's when you start messing up. Would you say that?
Don't get in front of yourself. I always just not get in front of myself. Like a lot of players, I think if they've one set before to win the game, they think they've only got one set to go. I never used to do that. I used to just go Just give me a shot at a double to win it. That was it. That's all I wanted. So I just
Trebles for show, doubles for dough.
Tick the legs off, the legs off, the sets off, and I never used to get excited until I had that shot to win it. That was the time I got excited because that was the time I dreamed about it. That's the bit I wanted, the title.
So during a match, never any negative self-talk? Nothing like that?
You get upset with shots. You leave a double when the guy goes out 164 or something. You think, well, that's a good shot. You know what I mean? It hurts at the time, but you got to forget.
And how did you overcome that? How did you move on?
Get on with it. Don't get worried about it, because I could do that to him. A lot of players, if you do a big shot against a lot of players, their head goes down. They think, oh, it's not my night and whatever else. But they've got the right to do that big shot out against you. I mean, it's there to be hit, isn't it?
Definitely.
And it's there to be hit. So if they do hit it, don't let it upset you. It's just a good shot by them. And then you got to get on with your next shot. If he goes out on a 164, my aim then is to get a 180 the next shot to start off the leg. Put the pressure straight back on him.
So what you're saying is, keep focusing on the target. As they say, obstacles are only there when you take your eye off the target. Is that your way of thinking?
You make your own obstacles, don't you? And you get your negative thoughts. You know, you shouldn't be negative up there at all. It's all positive. The great thing about our game is you got the right to reply. That's why I love the game.
Right.
If you can go up there and hit a 180, you know, right, that's all good.
Well, I couldn't get
no, but
hit
you
180,
could.
believe me.
The player you're playing, you go up there and get a 180, right?
Yeah.
Which is all well and good. That's good. Good luck to him, you know what I mean? But I can come straight back at him and hit him with a 180 and say, oh, I'm still here. You know what I mean? Where, like, some other sports you can't. Like snooker must be one of the most frustrating games in the world. You have two great snooker players here. You go on there and do a 97 break.
Nothing you do.
I can't do nothing about it.
No.
I haven't got the right to reply. And that's why I love darts. It was always the right to reply.
Well, let me ask you this, Eric. You were always known as brash, mouthy,
arrogant, irresponsible, genius or something.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Now, when you used to get a lippy, was that a way of motivating yourself? Because once you'd given it all that, you had to back it up. So was it a form of, I know I'm the best, but did you do it in a way you needed something to sort of ensure that you're focused and to raise your game?
Well, you kind of put pressure on yourself then, don't you? It's no good giving it all the gab if you don't follow it up. So
it was a motivational force for you to do that?
Yeah, it was part of my game. I used to love Ali, Muhammad Ali. I mean, you know, he used to give it all the gab, but he done it. It's no good talking the talk if you can't walk the walk.
So it was a form of motivation
yeah,
for
that
you,
was part of my game, yeah. Part of my, you know.
So if you had buttoned it, so to speak.
Maybe I wouldn't have been as good. Yeah, I kind of put myself under pressure. I play better under pressure. A lot of people fold under pressure. I used to play better under pressure. So if I opened and make me gob a bit, it put me under pressure. I told people I was going to win it. So it's all right, I've said it. Now I've got to go and do it.
And you raised your game.
Well, I had to, otherwise you make yourself look a fool. And I didn't want to make myself look a fool, so that was part of the jigsaw, wasn't it?
Now let me ask this question. You need cojones to speak out, and I respect you for that. Has anyone ever said to you, Eric, you've got a big pair of cojones?
No, not in them words, but yeah, in other words, yeah. I've always I believe what I say, and that's it. I can look myself in the mirror, and every time I have a shave and look in the mirror, I'm fine.
But it does take a certain quality that you've got.
You never know where you would
have
ended up, would you?
No, but I mean, it takes a certain quality, which I always profess to people,
look, a winner,
to get
a winner
somewhere,
is different.
and you've shown it.
A winner is different in any sport. Tennis players, snooker players, in any sport there is. A winner is complete. It's got a different mind, a stronger mind, and that's why he's the winner. We've got stronger mind and belief in ourselves, and don't get knocked back. You know, we get hurt sometimes, but we bounce back. You know, like Phil Taylor gets beat, he goes home and practices more, and that's what you do. You know what I mean? It hurts at the time. Okay, I've always said if someone beats me, right, you won the battle, but you ain't going to win the war. I'm going to get you next time.
So, and that's the right. That is the right attitude. So we've got one last question for the people out there watching this. Not everyone's a darts player. Not everyone has the same talent as you, or whatever. But if there's one thing that people could learn from you, in your mindset, what would you say to them? Choose my model in life, in a business, in a relationship, whatever. What would you say to the people out there that they can learn from you?
Just go for your dream, mate. Don't give up on anything. Don't get knocked back. All right, you can get stopped a bit in life, but don't give up your dream. If your dream's to be a great businessman or whatever you want to do in life, life's great. It's there to be done.
Well, you've heard us, ladies and gentlemen. This is the man with the right attitude. Now, I want to thank Eric. when I was growing up, he was my idol. Believe me, he was. I used to watch him when he beat the Dave Whitcomb and so forth in the final. I was always a big fan. I loved his openness, his brashness, his honesty, and backing it up. I want to thank him for coming on today. Before we go, a bit like the old crackerjack pencil and the blankly black checkbook and pen, we've got a couple of little things here to give you, Eric.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll open it for you.
Yeah.
We've got here the limited edition Kahana's T-shirt for you. You don't mind if I open it, do you?
You open it, mate, no problems.
Now, I did bring an extra large for you, so I hope you. There you go.
Thank you very much, sir.
There's your T-shirt.
Right.
When you're holidaying in the Caribbean.
Tenerife.
Tenerife, wherever it may be.
So what have we got here?
And then you've also got here something that reflects you. It's a pair of steel balls, which I think is very reflective of the man.
That's
Eric,
what winners have.
It should say winners on it.
That should say winners on it.
It should say. Do you know what? Next time I'm going to go back to them and say, listen, that needs to say winners on it. But that is representative. Eric, you're a star, and thank you very much for being on here. Yeah?
No problem, pal.